Welcome, Collective. Thank you guys very much for joining me for this tarot read today. Thank you guys very much for all of your views, all of your likes, all of your subscribes. It is always appreciated, guys, and your great comments. Let's go ahead and let's get started with your tarot read today. So I am getting told letters and numbers. We are going to be working with them today. If you guys been watching for a while, you know that if these resonate with you a little bit more closely or have significant meaning, it may mean that this read is going to be a little bit more personal for you. So we have the letter O was the first one to pop forward. V, S came forward as well. We're going to keep going here. Y wanted to pop up. Okay, give me some more, please. Give me some more, please. What's going to have meaning to the collective today? That one needed to come out. This one needed to come out too. We have the letter T, the letter U, and then we had a few that just popped out and fell down. F, M, E, K, and B. And I got told to stop there. So that's where we're going to stop with the letters. We are going to move forward to the numbers because I'm getting told numbers. So we'll keep going with those. We'll see what pops out for you guys. What's going to have meaning for the collective for this read? Please, Spirit, bring it forward. The number 4 came forward. 31. Can you give me some more, please? We have 17. The month of November popped up. 30. The month of February. And 10. A couple more. I'm getting told a couple more. So what else? What else needs to come forward here? This guy. Woo, the month of August. And I did get told to stop there. So the month of August still had to come out, I guess. I'm going to put all these guys off to the side. Okay, so what deck belongs this deck? This is the deck that belongs to your read today. The Wisdom Oracle deck. See what comes forward. What is the message that the collective needs to hear today? What is the story that needs to come forward? Chop wood. This card usually represents doing everything that you can possibly do to attain a goal. And there are some things that are out of your grasp or out of your reach, something you have no control over, and it can kind of be up to the universe or perhaps another person to sort of bring change or make changes or choices that will sort of meet you halfway. Chop wood, come to the edge, that leap of faith. I keep feeling like you've done what you're supposed to be doing. You did everything that you were going to do in a situation to try and make it go in a way that you wanted it to go or to attain a goal. Come to the edge. I keep feeling like that come to the edge, that leap of faith, like it's not your card. Like it's not your card. Like it belongs to another energy who's included in this journey with you. And it's one of those kind of like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink kind of things. It's like this person's going to have to find their leap of faith all on their own. We do have, wow, we have community and we have co-create. So like I said, you've done everything you can possibly do to try to make this work. You contributed every which way that you possibly could to try and have this become something beautiful. It's like it's up to them. Like they couldn't take a leap of faith. They couldn't meet you halfway. Mending. I do see the mending card. I gotta tell you, I don't necessarily feel a mending in this situation. We will keep pulling more cards. But right now with this mending card, I feel more of like in somebody's mind or in somebody's heart or what they were perhaps wishing or hoping might happen or wondering if this would happen. Wondering if there would be a mending, wondering if this person would come back and be ready to co-create. I'll tell you what stands out most to me with this co-create card is how very separate all of these figures are. Very separate. It's like one just couldn't step up to meet the other. It's like one just wasn't willing to give. They weren't willing to compromise. They weren't willing to step out of their ego and maybe take accountability for their contribution and things not going in a positive direction. Regeneration. It's like a rebirth. It's almost like the tower, that transition, that change, that transformation. Can I get a few more here, please, Spirit, that are going to contribute to this? Oh, thank you. Story, message. So the ones that popped out and fell to the side, the first one was exchanging gifts. See, I think somebody just I think somebody gave and gave and gave and gave and gave of themselves and tried to contribute to this community, this co-creating, this bond, whatever it was. And it's like they were the only ones putting in the work. Someone was giving and someone was just taking. Yang. This Yang card can represent a masculine energy, but a lot of times it sort of represents a need to take action. Because I feel like somebody's been in sort of like a yin type energy, which is the opposite of that, sort of sitting and waiting for something to come to you. And it's not like, I don't want to say like somebody's put their life on hold, but I do feel like this connection parting ways has been on somebody's mind and been within somebody's heart and sort of left like, it's almost like they felt like things got left hanging or they weren't sure what direction it was going to go in or if this was going to come back to them. And I feel like almost like limbo, like someone's almost been in limbo mode, wondering if somebody was going to take that leap of faith, if somebody was going to step forward to mend. And it was sort of like I said, I don't want to say putting life on hold, but leaving that door kind of open, which didn't allow for closure and a new chapter to happen. And I keep feeling like now is the time for action. Now is the time for perhaps making your own choice with the faith that if this person gets their shit together and comes back your way and comes back in the right way, at that point in time, then you will decide whether that's something you're going to entertain. But it's like focusing on sort of the here and now. We even have clean it up. And clean it up could sort of represent a need to sort of emotionally clean house too. And I do feel that's what's going on here because it's like I said, it's lingering. Whatever happened between these two people in this parting of ways that doesn't, somebody's not entirely sure if it's permanent yet. It's kind of lingering and it's keeping someone stuck from moving on and moving forward. And I'm not even talking about jumping into new relationships or starting new connections. I'm talking about just like healing and not having this on their mind, in their energy, in their heart on a consistent basis. You know, that takes attention away from other things in life. Loyal heart. Because I think whoever is going through this, whoever's sort of doing the chop wood, whoever contributed everything they could, that person's a loyal heart. And that's why this is still sort of weighing on them. Because when that person sort of builds an emotional bond with another person, they intend on making that a lifelong bond. As this is somebody who values that longevity in relationships. They value loyalty, honesty, honor, all of those awesome things, all of those beautiful qualities. This is somebody who has that to give, which is why this is kind of sticking with them. Because when they get involved, those are their intentions to sort of bring that to the plate. But I don't feel like the other half did. You know what? I'm going to tell you what I feel in that other half. Like they always left this loyal heart wondering. Like this loyal heart was always wondering how invested this other person was. I feel like that was through that other person's actions. I don't know if they were like a hot, cold kind of person, like play the kind of come here, go away kind of game, where they'd sort of get a bit closer and then they back right off or cool right down because they just didn't want the intimacy or they didn't want the vulnerability. But I feel like this loyal heart always got left wondering how committed the other person was, whether they were going to come around and deeply invest in this relationship. Can you bring me some more, please? Higher power. Interesting. So we got higher power and to be fair. To be fair is about balance. Coming back into balance. I find it interesting that this higher power card came out along with it. I don't know if something's going to be put back into balance here. Bring me more, please. I need more clarification. Serendipity. Poise. Fork in the road. That's interesting. So, for whoever this loyal heart is, this is a fork in the road time. This is a fork in the road time for this person as to sort of whether they're going to continue, I don't even want to say in limbo mode, but it does kind of keep them in limbo mode, keeping this piece of things open. Or whether they're going to make a choice here to sort of shut that piece of things down, to choose to heal their heart and their soul, and to sort of give that back to God, give that back to the universe. If it's meant to come back, it'll come back. But in the meantime, I'm going to move on with my life and I'm going to focus on my life and I'm not going to give my energy over there where it's sort of like a black hole and just sort of sucks it up. I feel like if somebody can make that transition, I keep feeling positivity coming about, especially with this serendipity card. It kind of has a big four-leaf clover on it. I'll show you. Sometimes it's sort of like a chain of actions or events or situations that happen, and they might feel like luck. It's kind of like the right place at the right time, and one leads to another, that leads to another, that leads to another. But I do feel like this cannot come into play until this person has sort of shifted, right? They've shifted mindsets, or they've shifted or made this choice with their fork in the road, and sort of opened up for something new to come forward, or a new path. And I don't necessarily feel like somebody new is guaranteed to step forward, or it's a new career, or it's a new this, but I do feel a lot of positivity and positive changes. I'll pull some more cards here, and then we'll get going with the tarot. And tarot might give us a little bit more clarification on sort of what the possibilities are in taking that path. Why? And fate. See, you got higher power, you got serendipity, you got fates. So there are things working behind the scenes to bring forward positivity in somebody's life. And I think the why is part of why somebody's hanging on to this, or really having trouble settling this sort of in their mind, in their heart, in their soul. They don't feel like they had clarity from this other half. They don't feel like they got clarity from this other person. So it's like these kind of unanswered questions. And I don't know if this person left in a way that left things open, in words that were said like, well, I'll go think about it, or, I'm going to take some time, or let's spend some time apart. It's like there was, I don't know how much finality there was to it, or it was sort of left open or hanging in a certain way, where there was a possibility of a coming back together, which again is part of what's kept somebody sort of waiting for this, waiting for some sort of an answer in one form or another from this other person, this other energy who's not taking this leap of faith. I keep feeling like that energy, like I'm trying to reach to it to try and gain some intention about it. I might get more from the tarot deck, but right now I can't really reach that energy. It feels detached. It feels detached. It feels farther away. The energy that I'm reading most is the one that is struggling with this fork in the road. It's our loyal heart. Let's go ahead and grab, you guys, a tarot deck. Which deck belongs to? Oh, okay, which's tarot belongs to this read? So, Spirit, can you give us some more clarification on this message, on this story? What needs to be heard? Tower. See, that's just like that regeneration, is that transformation. Tower. On the Eight of Cups, but it also speaks to what somebody is struggling with, because I do feel like they got very much, like I said, this person who got invested was a loyal heart. When they get invested with anyone, they come to the table as a loyal heart, looking to build for the future, looking for longevity. They're contributing, they're not sort of holding back or playing games. This is somebody who's like, okay, if we're going to do this, let's give this an honest go. Let's open up to each other. Let me tell you my heart, my soul, and really get involved. And I think that's part of why it hurt. They never got it reciprocated. I don't feel like it ever really got reciprocated, or they don't feel like it ever really got reciprocated. The Eight of Cups, it is encouragement to sort of let this piece of things go. And I don't even see in here, like, I don't see like a slamming the door on this. It's, they're never coming back. I don't ever want to think about this again. I see more of like a release, more like a release to the universe, a release to a higher power. If it's meant to come back to me, it will come back to me. But now is the time to focus on me. Now is the time to focus on healing my heart, my mind, and my soul, and to start looking forward to the future. So this Queen of Wands is our loyal heart. This is somebody who has a lot of strength of character. And it is a call for this person to sort of take leadership or take ownership in this. And it's like not waiting for somebody else to make a choice that's going to affect your life path, right? It's like just choosing your life path. If this person comes back and wants to join that path in the right way, then at that point, you will decide whether that's something that you're looking for. But in the meantime, to move forward on your journey. To move forward on your journey. That's what the call is for this loyal heart today. I feel like what Tarot was trying to say, the Hanged Man. The Hangman. There's something waiting for this loyal heart too. I don't know if tarot is going to tell me what it is, but I feel like there's something more in the future. It ties into the serendipity card. And the only thing that will stop our Queen of Wands, our loyal heart, from finding that is themselves, like this Hangman, right? The only thing that can stop us from finding success or reaching our goals is ourself, right? Our fears, our doubts, our insecurities, allowing those things to hold us back. This is holding our Queen of Wands back from what she's supposed to be achieving or obtaining in life. Because there, like I said, there's some sort of serendipity. There's some sort of balance. Everything happens for a reason. I keep feeling like something is supposed to come to, I don't know if replace is the right word, but something is supposed to come into her life after this leaves. It's like making space for something new so that a balance can come back. Something new can come in, but nothing new can come in if it's blocked because there's all the space is being filled with this. I'd like to know more about what's out there and what the fates are trying to bring around. Ooh, asked and answered. Holy crap. New love. New love, a new connection is what's waiting. That is a matching connection. That is the King and the Queen of Cups. That's what speaks to this. That's what's waiting, and that's what's being put on hold right now. There is a new connection. There is an actual co-create. There is a situation of even give and take, but it can't come forward until this piece of things has come to an end. The Nine of Swords, see, there's still all that worry, and it's like the why. It's the why, right? The questions haven't been answered. The closure hasn't come. So somebody's still hanging on to those things from the past. The High Priest. I keep feeling in this card too, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And this higher wisdom, this higher knowledge, have this faith. Have faith in a higher power. Have faith in the fates. If something leaves your life, it's because it's not meant to be there. Right? So being able to let go of that opens up and makes space for what is supposed to be there, which is usually something that's a hell of a lot better than what left, right? Three of Cups. I do see connection here. I do see connection. That is what's coming. There might be three female figures in that, but that card still represents connection with others. Connection with others, and it is tying into this King of Cups and this Queen of Cups situation, this matching pair. This is what's supposed to come, and it's like as long as another energy is taking the place of this new energy, this matching energy, this better energy, that energy cannot step forward. It's like this stalling. It's like stalling out, right? Stalling that piece of things. If our Queen of Wands was to meet this new person, at this point in time, would our Queen of Wands even recognize that this is somebody who knew or somebody who has potential? Or would their mind so be filled with thoughts of what's still going on that it wouldn't really register that maybe this person is giving them the eye, or is like, you know, looking to have a date, or is looking like they're interested, is looking like they're wanting to make a connection because they're too busy focused inwardly on this situation that sort of left them feeling stuck or left them hanging. The Sun card. There is a blessing that wants to step forward in the life of our loyal heart, and it is another loyal heart. I think it's their committed connection. I think it's the connection they've been looking for the whole time. The Empress. I gotta tell you, in this card, I actually do feel the universe. I get pulled back to higher power, fates, and to be fair, this is the balance that comes. And this is speaking of that force on the other side of the veil that is trying to bring things back into balance. That is recognizing that they have this loyal heart here who would fit perfectly with this loyal heart over here, and these two belong together. For whatever reason the universe feels these two belong together, but they cannot come together until our Queen of Wands loyal heart has been able to close the door on this other chapter and truly open themselves up to something new. That's the fork in the road that needs to be taken here. And the High Priest is right next to it too. I keep getting told the word intuition with the High Priestess. Intuition. I'm thinking our Queen of Wands loyal heart is somebody who's very intuitive. Otherwise, they wouldn't tell me intuition. Three of Swords. See, it's like everything happens for a reason. Trust everything happens for a reason. Trust there's a higher plan at work here. That's interesting. Whatever you've been doing in life, there's some sort of deep spiritual here connection for you too. It's like whatever you've been doing in life, you have caught the eye of a higher force, of the universe. You just go through life in a kind way, in a giving way. And it's like, this is your reward. I keep feeling like this King of Cups, this matching connection, this is going to be your reward. This is part of the balance. That's why this is all coming about, and why the universe has this real want to bring balance to your life, because you've contributed in some way to the grander scheme of things, or have some deeper connection to the universe, that the universe wants to bring this to you. This is your reward. It is your reward. It is you being recognized that this is something, that a connection that you deserve and that you've earned in life, and the universe would like to bring your way. A match is a gift. They're trying to bring you a gift. The universe, the higher power, fates, whatever the hell you want to call it, is trying to bring you a gift. Four of Swords. But it's up to you to heal your heart and allow yourself to be open for this gift to come forward. The Eight of Pentacles. See, it's a learning thing for you too. I see it's like a shift in perspective. Again, it's kind of like that faith that if it's meant to come back, it'll come back. But I can't spend my time and energy wondering if it's going to come back, because that blocks me from other things. That blocks me from even just enjoying day-to-day life, because this thing is always on my mind. This thing is always weighing on my heart. I'm always feeling kind of in this Eight of Swords, wondering. But the thing about this Eight of Swords is too, is yes, this figure is bound, is blindfolded, is surrounded by swords, but the binds are loose, so she could take them off. She can get her binds off, she can take off her blindfold. And the swords are spaced far enough apart for her to be able to step through. She's choosing to stay. She's choosing to stay. So just like the cards are saying, like with the Hangman too, that fork in the road, it's up to this person to choose to move in one direction or another. It's up to them to choose to sort of step out of the binds, the blindfolds, the swords, and to have faith in the universe that it all happens for a reason. And if they just continue moving on and moving forward with faith, that faith will be rewarded. Because this person has, like I said, like, they're strong. This person has very, very high strength of character. They always bring that loyal heart to the table. They always bring it to the table. And that's been recognized by the universe, been recognized by a higher power. And the higher power wants to bring this person wish fulfillment. The World card is not just kind of this what goes around comes around. This card also represents rewards from the universe for hard work, right? It's not luck. And some of it, sometimes it might feel like a bit of good luck or a strike of good luck, but it's not. It's from hard work. And this is the reward that wants to come forward for someone. We do have karma, and good karma. The shadow side. I do feel a lot of fear in this shadow side. I don't know if this is fear of being alone, or if this is fear of closing the door on this chapter for good, and somebody worrying that they're doing it too soon, and then they're preventing this person from coming back, who I think they still have feelings for no matter what happened. This person still has a place in their heart. So because I feel a lot of fear in this, like, what if I shut this down and move on just when they were trying to come back to me? You know, what if I delete their number or block their number just when they were going to give me a call and try and come back my way? I just keep feeling like having that faith will get you what's supposed to be in your life. And sometimes what we think we want is actually not what belongs in our life. It's not something that's going to benefit us in the long run. The Two of Swords, you know, and when we're feeling like confused and we're feeling conflicted, I gotta tell you, and everybody's idea of spirituality is different. I feel, and it is my opinion, that it is important to trust the universe, to trust the grander scheme of things, to trust those who are in a position to see sort of the higher plan, and to put your faith in them and to throw it out to that and be like, you know, please bring forward what needs to be in my life. Please bring forward. I will be open to what comes forward. Bring me what is best for me. right? Have that open faith, that radical trust that it all happens for a reason. What's meant to come will come. When you can't see, don't be afraid to ask your guides. Don't be afraid to have faith in the bigger picture. I feel like this person making choices for themselves, their everyday happiness, being able to let go of this thing and just setting that, like I said, it's not like slamming the door on it. It's just releasing it. Releasing it with deep faith and trust that if it's meant to be, it will come back. And if it's not, then it was never meant to be. And it means that something better will come forward. Three of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Seven of Swords. I gotta tell you, whoever this was, finally got a little bit of connection with that person's energy. And this might be what someone needs to know a little bit more about the why to be able to sort of take their own leap of faith and make their own judgment call on this fork in the road. I'm getting a few cards that do speak to that past energy. I feel somebody who's not ready to look at their shadow work. I feel somebody who's not ready to look at how they negatively contributed to the relationship. I think they go through cycles. Like it's kind of, I don't want to say it's an abusive cycle, but it is dysfunctional. It does have a negative impact on the relationships around them. It is sort of not allowing themselves to be vulnerable with others, not telling other people what they mean to them, right? Not coming and saying like, I love you. You mean the world to me. I enjoy my life with you. I don't want to lose that. It's like this person can't say that. Like they always have to present like a tough exterior. And that's why I was feeling early on in the cards too, that like somebody never felt like they knew where they stood with this other half. They never knew how invested that person was. That person's not willing to open up and say that. They have their own internal struggles that go on where they haven't been able to sort of reach into that darkness, do whatever work they have to do, and then choose to be different. They're still stuck in it. They're still living in it. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure that they actually see it right now. I don't know that for them it's a conscious choice to be like this. Because I think it's so ingrained that it almost feels normal. It almost feels normal. So they can't understand why other people keep having an issue with the way that they are. Because I keep getting that somebody's really unaware of how it comes across, unaware of why other people hurt so much because of this. Like if you ask this person why their past relationships didn't work out, they would always point to the other person and say, the other person just had a problem. They had a problem. They did this, they did that. They wouldn't say, I have a problem with being vulnerable. And so I tend to keep people at arm's length, and eventually people get tired of that or it hurts too much and we part ways, which is, I feel like is more or less the truth of what happened. It tends to drive conflict, this behavior. Like I said, like I think everything happens for a reason. The two of you came together for a reason. You are this beautiful, loyal heart. And like I said, every relationship you step into, no matter what it is, you bring your loyal heart to the table. Absolutely, every time, because that's just who you are and it's what you value. I think you were actually their opportunity for change. You were like their soft opportunity for change, a gift from the universe to that person to help them wake up and start dealing with their shadow side and start doing their shadow work and to open their eyes up and to see what a blessing they had in their life and to be open to change. I don't think they were ready to do that. They were not ready to acknowledge that. They were not ready to ascend. They weren't ready to do the work. You were their golden opportunity, but this person just wasn't ready to speak their truth. You were kind of like this Queen of Swords energy. It's still a cold energy. It's a, I don't know if I want to say get them before they get me, but the behavior keeps people pushed away so that they're never open and vulnerable. It's a protection thing. But the thing is, they always wind up, when they do shit like that, they wind up out in the cold. And they wind up, because it's interesting, because they make other people feel like they're out in the cold. So they drive that result themselves with their own choices, their own inability to look at how they contribute, to see that they are contributing, and to see the result that it gets and how it hurts other people. Like I said, I don't feel like they really do it consciously or like they're like maliciously out to hurt other people or carrying connections around them. This is internal crap that this person is, I don't feel like they're aware of. That's what I'm getting from the cards. That's what my guides are telling me. This person's not entirely aware yet, right? And you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Well, they're not freaking acknowledging it. So that is not going to change at this point. The Knight of Pentacles and the Fool card. They were a fool to see that they to not see that they had a Knight of Pentacles in front of them. That Knight of Pentacles is a steady Eddie. That is someone you can count on through thick and thin, who will always be there and always have your back. And that's what the loyal heart person was all about. That's what you were all about. And that loyal heart, wearing your heart on your sleeve, investing. They were a fool not to see it. They were a fool not to take that leap of faith and meet you halfway. They kind of screwed themselves out of what could have been a beautiful connection. Let's see, Page of Wands. So I have the Page of Wands. What I feel in it is it's an offering of friendship that never happens. It's like this person, they want to be like this Page of Wands. Okay, they are sad without you. They didn't genuinely enjoy having you in their life. They would like to reach out and to try and reconnect. They won't do it though. They're Five of Cups right now. They're Five of Cups. They're too low vibrational, too unaware, too unwilling to change, unwilling to open up, unwilling to admit their piece of things. They won't step forward. And you know what? I think that's part of why this message is coming through for somebody too, and really encouraging them to let that piece of things go and to move forward. Because like Spirit can see and Tarot can see that that person is not in a place where they're going to do that. So as long as this person is sort of waiting for that to happen, something that's not coming, they are really stalling out. And they're missing out on something that is a matching connection, not the universe is trying to bring their way. Because this person won't. They won't speak their truth. They won't reconnect. They won't reach out. They are emotionally shut down. They are still holding back. They don't know how to be any other way. I gotta tell you that this person does not know how to be any other way. So it's like if you're waiting, you're going to be waiting a long bloody time. Possibly even forever. Like this person's just not getting it together. They're not ascending. They're not having any kind of an epiphany or an aha moment. There's nothing going on there. And I know there's inner conflict about what to do in this situation, whether to move on and move forward. It's like as long as somebody's waiting and sort of this is weighing on their mind, their heart, and their soul, it's taking away their balance too. Like it keeps their emotions unbalanced. Because like their heart does not have a chance to heal. This is just like, it's like keeping the wound open. This person needs to allow themselves, our beautiful loyal heart, a chance for that loyal heart to heal from what happened here, for that wound to close. The Knight of Wands. I see him moving on and moving forward with that Knight of Wands. The Ace of Swords is truth. It's victory. It's recognizing that truth, right? The why. I think the why is getting answered here. Why that didn't work out. Why you haven't heard from this person. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for any of it, and you won't hear from them. You won't hear from them because they don't know how to do any of that. They don't know how to get their shit together. They don't know how to be aware. They don't know how to recognize. They don't know how to ascend. They are not ready for that transition or that change. So the cards and Spirit are worried about you, and they're worried about you finding healing, you moving on, you moving forward, you opening up your life for this blessing that they want to bring forward for you, the Hermit card. Because you will have a blessing come forward. You will absolutely have a blessing come forward. It's going to feel like a string of, like I said, it's going to almost feel like a string of good luck, being in the right place at the right time and positive things happening. But there's no space for any of that until this piece of things is closed. It's just taking up too much of your energy, too much of your heart, your mind, your soul. It's time to release this. Like I said, it's not a slamming the door in anger. It's just a release, an acceptance and a release. On looking and moving forward. Because you do have beautiful things coming forward in your future. You have gifts that the universe is wanting to bring you. You are a loyal heart that has been recognized by a higher force, and they are going to connect you with somebody who is deserving of your loyal heart. Alrighty guys, take care.